This is a story about a fierce warrior queen who raised an army of 100,000 women to fight against the invaders of her homeland. Another one is about a woman who single-handedly saved the life of an entire village by fighting against hundreds of enemies. And then there's a tale of a legendary female Viking warrior who cut off the head of a mighty warlord and ended his reign of terror. These are just a few stories from our new book, Women in War, a gripping collection of the untold true stories of history's bravest women warriors. Inside this book, you will meet many more amazing women from across the world and throughout history, each with their own unique story to tell. Together, their tales offer a fascinating and often overlooked perspective on some of the most important events in human history. You will learn how these women lived, loved, fought, and died, and you will be inspired by their courage, strength, and resilience in the face of adversity. Whether you are a fan of historical nonfiction or simply someone who appreciates a good story, we believe that you will be captivated by the tales of these amazing women. So grab a copy of Women in War today and join us on this journey through time. The year was 327 BC, and King Paris of Porova was preparing for battle. His army was vast, numbering around 30,000 strong, and was equipped with war chariots, cavalry, and infantry. But as he surveyed his forces, something was missing. There were no women. Typically, women were barred from participating in warfare, relegated to the domestic sphere. But Princess Helena of Porova had other plans. Was Ina going to let tradition hold her back from playing a part in such a momentous occasion? Disguising herself as a man, Helena joined the ranks of her father's army. When the time came for battle, she led a group of elite female soldiers into the thick of the fight. Their presence was a shock to the enemy, but Helena's strategic brilliance and tactical expertise were even more surprising. Unfortunately, despite their valiant efforts, King Porus and his army were defeated by Alexander the Great's forces. The following year, Porus took his own life and Helena found herself in the clutches of her new conqueror. Despite her status as a captive, Alexander recognized Helena's intelligence and charm and made her his wife, granting her the title of queen. Together, they would go on to rule over vast territories, leaving behind a legacy that would inspire generations of women to come. Meet Tamiris, the warrior queen of the Massageteye, a nomadic tribe from Central Asia. She was known for her unmatched skill in horsemanship and archery, and her bravery in battle. One day, a powerful Persian king named Cyrus the Great sent a letter to Tommy's father, demanding that he submit to his rule. But he received a defiant response. Tommy's father rejected Cyrus's offer and prepared for war. When the Persian army arrived, Tommy's father and his men charged into battle. However, he was killed in the fight, and the remaining Massaget warriors fled into the mountains. Seeing her people scattered and demoralized, Tamiris took matters into her own hands. Gathering her warriors, she led them out of the mountains and ambushed the Persians, killing many of them and sending the rest fleeing. Determined to finish the job, Tamiris pursued the retreating Persians, eventually catching up to them at the river. Cyrus had fortified his camp, believing it to be impregnable, but Tamiris had other plans. She led her army in a series of daring attacks, finally breaching the camp and confronting Cyrus himself. In a fierce battle, Tamiris managed to kill Cyrus and cut his head off, ending his reign of terror once and for all. To make sure that word of her victory spread far and wide, she soaked Cyrus's head in vinegar and sent it to his mother, Queen Parysatis, as a warning to never again threaten the The legend of Boudica, the warrior queen of the Iceni tribe in Britain during the 1st century AD, is a testament to the strength and resilience of women in the face of oppression. When Boudica's husband, Strategized, died, he left his kingdom to his widow and 2 daughters to be ruled jointly. However, the Roman Empire, under the control of Roman Emperor Nero, disregarded the will and annexed the kingdom. Outraged by this injustice and the mistreatment of her people, Boudica led a revolt against the Roman invaders. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, she and her followers fought bravely, burning down Roman settlements and freeing slaves along the way. Although the rebellion was eventually crushed and Boudica's life came to an end, her legacy as a fearless warrior and champion of her people lived on. This is a tale of a fierce warrior queen who ruled over the kingdom of Dahomey in present-day Benin. In the 18th century, during her reign, she built a formidable army of 100,000 women warriors, known as the Minotaurs, who were trained in combat from a young age and were tasked with defending the kingdom from invaders. One day, a neighboring kingdom threatened war, and Queen Hangbi sent out her formidable women warriors to stop them. The enemy was taken aback by the sight of the Minotaurs, but they attacked anyway. What followed was a fierce battle. But the Minotaurs proved to be unstoppable. They fought with spears, swords, and shields, and their bravery and skill in combat was unmatched. In the end, the enemy was defeated, and the kingdom of Dahomey was safe. Queen Hanybidge became a legendary figure, known for her military prowess and for paving the way for women in combat. Imagine waking up in the dead of night to the sound of screams and gunshots. As you cautiously approach the window, you see a group of armed men ransacking your village. Fear grips your heart as you realize that you and your family are in grave danger. But instead of sitting back and waiting for the worst to happen, you grab a weapon and prepare to fight. This is exactly what happened to a woman in the remote Indian village of Kishangar when a gang of armed robbers attacked. Without hesitation, she grabbed a hockey stick and charged at the attackers, putting herself in harm's way to protect her family and neighbors. Her bravery and quick thinking stunned the attackers, giving the villagers time to escape. Although the woman was injured in the struggle, she refused to give up. She continued to fight until the police arrived, eventually scaring away the attackers. Her actions saved countless lives and she became a local hero. In the heart of 16th century Japan, amidst a time of great upheaval and change, lived a young woman named Tomoe Gozen. Unlike the typical roles expected of women in Japanese society, Tomoe was a warrior at heart. Yearning for adventure and eager to prove herself, she defied convention and joined the army of her lord, the powerful warlord Minamata. As a member of his elite guard, Tomoe was tasked with protecting him during the war against the rival Tira clan. Known for her exceptional horse-riding skills and mastery of the bow and arrow, she was a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. Her bravery and determination caught the attention of both friend and foe, and soon she became a legendary figure in the conflict. But as the war raged on, Tomoe's fate took an unexpected turn. When Yoshinaka was defeated and captured, Tomoe's loyalty was put to the test. Faced with the choice of surrendering or facing a grim fate, she chose to take her own life rather than submit to her enemies. Her tragic end solidified her place in history as one of Japan's most celebrated female warriors. Hirakazu was a fearsome warrior queen who ruled the kingdom of Shilluk in present-day South Sudan in the 16th century. Renowned for her military prowess, she led her people to numerous victories against their enemies. Hirakazu's fierce reputation spread far and wide, striking fear into the hearts of her rivals. One day, a neighboring kingdom dared to challenge the Shilluk, and Hiroko Jugo assembled an army of 20,000 warriors to defend her people. As the two armies clashed, Hiroko Jugo led the charge, riding into battle astride a giant elephant. Her soldiers fought bravely, repelling the enemy's attacks and securing a decisive victory for the Hiroko Jugo's bravery and strategic brilliance were on full display as she led her people to triumph after triumph, cementing her legacy as one of history's greatest warrior queens. Experience the thrill of reading about history's most incredible female warriors with Women in War, a captivating new book that delves into the lives and legacies of these fearless women. From Queen Helena of Parava to legendary Amazonian warriors, each story is a testament to the strength, courage, and resilience of women throughout history. Don't miss out on this opportunity to learn about the remarkable women who have shaped our world. Order your copy of Women in War today and embark on a thrilling journey through time.